city, walking and seeing all these giant buildings staring right down at me. I remember how fun it was to catch a train rocking backwards and forwards, but ever since that day, something has bubbled inside my heart. As I was walking down the long street in the big city, something caught my eye in the midst of all the people. The thing that struck me that there was a man lying on the cold hard floor. But now I was too young to know that this man was homeless, and I didn't understand. Now I wonder why I saw no one help him. So I want to know if it was the crowd's fault for not helping him, or for him for not helping himself. Most people find it hard to look at a homeless person. As you walk past, you pretend that you're blind, or that you're just late for work. This used to be me. I didn't do this because I was a selfish person and didn't want to help. I did this because every time I saw someone homeless or in despair, it made me sick and hopeless. I'm sure you can all relate to this. Many homeless people have mental health problems that prevent them from functioning into society. Now, obviously people like this can't help being homeless, but there are some people that will say they are unwilling to submit to some rules to fit back in. Some will say they won't stay in the Salvation Army on a cold night because they won't let them smoke near the building. But how can I understand a homeless person? That was my question for a long time. Until I realized you will never know how it's like to be homeless unless you've been in that position. Although I have been on the verge of being homeless, I can never comprehend how hard it must be. Being looked down upon when most of the time it isn't even your fault. But you might be able to get a better understanding of why some people are homeless. Some people are homeless because of high rent that they don't have money to pay for, lack of government action, mental health or physical problems, and they might be homeless because of family breakdowns, for example, domestic violence. Now these people can't help being homeless, but all this just doesn't make sense. Why people get homeless when it isn't their fault. This is a story about a man named Kim from Brunswick Heads. When his family found out that he was depressed, they dumped him on the side of the road. After the day, he spent a month in hospital because in his 20s he tried to take his own life and nearly succeeded. His family treated him like he was crazy and never gave him the support whatsoever. Although he admits he's got an addiction to gambling, he's never stolen for food or shelter. I'm sure if I were in this position, this would have happened to me as well. But altogether, this doesn't make sense that he was homeless for a mental illness. And most of us have had this problem with depression. And you never know, this could have been us and we never deserved it. As you can see in this situation, it wasn't his fault. So as you live your life, I encourage you not to take things for granted. Also to help, and don't be afraid to talk and try and help one another. They're not all homeless people because they put themselves there, as some people think. But you could have been that homeless person, and what are you going to do about it when you never deserved it? Thank you.